For more on the issue of Jobseeker and a potential increase to payments for those over 55 years of age, let's bring in Goldie, Chief Executive of the Australian Council of Social Services. Cass, thanks so much for your time. Ahead of the budget, the Treasurer today said people need to see the whole package before making judgment. Are you a bit nervous about what you're hearing in relation to Jobseeker?
Well, obviously, Kieran, we are still dealing with budget speculation, I think. In the report was that there may be some increase for Jobseeker for people over 55. We don't know whether that is accurate. We also don't know how much that would be. We also don't know whether there would be additional criteria, for example, the length of time that somebody had been unemployed. But our starting point is very clear. In the lead up to this budget, we've had extraordinary support from across all parts of the economic community, the community sector community, academics, unions, you name it, Kieran, saying we have to deliver finally the adequate substantial increase to Jobseeker for the 1.1 million plus people who are on that payment. If this is confined to people who are only over 55, that will leave 4/5 of people completely left behind, and they are paying the same on their rent, on their food, on their energy bills. We've got young people who are going without, 3 meals a day trying to study, and we would see this as really a moment for us to be bringing people together to do the right thing, not leaving so many people completely left behind in a really critical
Let me ask you
now.
about the increase. I want to ask you about the increase in the tobacco tax, the tobacco excise, because a lot of people, I assume a lot of those on Jobseeker, but a lot of people less well off are addicted to tobacco and smoking. So while it's a health measure, a lot of those people are going to struggle.
Well, I mean, look, these are the so-called sin taxes. We've called for an increase in the taxation of alcohol, for example. We've also called for strengthening the taxation of sugary drinks, and tobacco is the other one. And this might be an important move in terms of trying to change behaviour, because obviously the consumption of some of these products in a way can be very damaging to your health. But the question is, what will happen to the dollars? We would be definitely wanting to see those dollars going into programs that are providing the right kinds of support for people who are dealing with this kind of addiction, to support them, and separately to just ensure that overall people's incomes are enough to be able to meet the essentials of life. These are related issues, Kieran. We have said that we, need to see adequacy of incomes for people on the unemployment payment for a very long time. And the OECD was just out yesterday with its analysis again of the adequacy of unemployment payments amongst all of those 37 OECD countries. We are the lowest, and yet we're one of the wealthiest countries. And how did we get here? That we are still unable to get a government to move to do what is so clearly needed. We're very worried, of course, about the decision by the Reserve Bank today, aren't we? The rates are going to go up. We know what that'll mean is a rise in unemployment, and we are still going to say, but we're going to expect you to try and survive on $50 a day or $40 a day if you're a young person. So, there is a lot in this budget, and of course we don't have the detail. I just want to say again this afternoon to people who've spoken up, thank you. Please keep speaking up, because this is really serious in terms of what people are facing out there, and they are waiting to see what would happen.
Yeah. Cass, I very much appreciate it. I'm glad we did get to chat, albeit briefly, but I'm glad we got to make it happen. Thank you, as always, for your time, and we'll chat to you next week at budget time.
We certainly will.